Don't be a fool, fly smart. Understanding airline secrets. Have you ever considered what happens behind the cockpit door when you're on a plane, sitting in your small seat, viewing your small screen? Do you believe the airlines that fly us are doing everything possible to ensure our safety? I'm going to take a look behind the curtain and tell you what really happens. The airlines don't want you to know about these 10 best-kept secrets. 10. Electronics. You board a plane and begin watching a video you've downloaded to your device right away. The crew then advises you that you must switch it off just as you're about to take off. You are not connected to the internet by Wi-Fi or mobile data. There can't possibly be a problem. You're not going to cause the plane to crash, are you? You're right. The communication between the pilot and air traffic control is unaffected by turning off your electronic gadget. Airlines prefer that you turn off your gadgets so that you may focus on the safety announcements. But that's all there is to it. In reality, statistics reveal that more than half of all cell phones are left on during flight and landing. People either disobey the crew's orders, which is naughty, or they simply stuff it in their luggage and forget about it. 9. Sneaky airline business strategies. Airlines make a lot of money flying millions of passengers around the world, and they do everything they can to maximize their profits, often at our expense. Do you think you're getting a good deal because you're in the sky, free from a country's taxes, when they come around with the SkyMall trolley full of alcohol and perfume? I'm afraid you aren't one of them. Everything on the trolley may be acquired for a lower price on the internet. Also, this one is deceptive. Airlines are known to tell us that a flight will take longer than it should since they must pay fines if their flights are late. This gives them a window of opportunity if something unexpected happens to cause them to be late. A journey from London to Edinburgh takes 75 minutes on average, but the carriers say it will take 85 minutes just in case. Let's finish up with one more. It's a never-ending cycle. The heavier a jet is, the more fuel it carries, therefore it consumes more gasoline, costing the airline money. Airlines frequently put pressure on pilots to carry as little fuel as possible to combat this. If the pilot burns fuel trying to avoid thunderstorms or is delayed by air traffic control, this can cause problems. They may even have to land at a different airport to avoid running out of fuel. 8. Pets. Some people enjoy taking their pets on vacation, so they place them in small cages and transport them in the luggage hold of the plane. Airlines do their best to look after pets, but it's not much fun for the poor animals down below. Airports are notoriously noisy locations, and the pets are subjected to a lot of noise when being loaded into the plane. When working at the airport, employees such as refuelers must wear ear protection. Pets do not have that opportunity. Our recommendation is to only take your pets on a plane if absolutely necessary. Let's check what else is down in the luggage hold while we're down there. The majority of domestic planes in the United States are carrying human organs on their way to the hospital, according to baggage handlers. There are coffins down below also. 7. The pilot's food. Airplane is a famous comedy film in which, when everyone who has eaten the fish, including the pilots, becomes ill from food sickness. To prevent this from happening in real life, the captain and co-pilot must have separate meals and are not permitted to share. 6. The truth regarding the oxygen masks. If you've switched off your electronic gadget during the safety briefing, you'll hear that in the event of an emergency, oxygen masks will be deployed. Until cabin pressure is restored, these attractive yellow masks will help you breathe normally at high altitude. What the airlines don't tell you is that those masks only have enough oxygen for 15 minutes. But don't be too concerned. The pilot should have more than enough time to get the plane to a lower altitude where the air is breathable in 15 minutes. What you need to remember is that you have between 15 and 20 seconds from the time the masks drop down to put it on before passing out. If you have children, do yours first and then theirs. 5. Happy landings. Have you ever wondered why, when your plane is about to land at night, the lights in the cabin dim? This is because, if the landing fails and the plane must be evacuated, your eyes are already accustomed to the darkness. Instead of blinking and scratching your eyes, you'll be able to see better when you get off the plane. Landings used to be handled by pilots, however in today's contemporary jets, the autopilot is frequently used. Modern airports, such as Heathrow in London, include an auto-land system that communicates with the plane's autopilot and completely automates the landing process. This is used when flights are unable to land due to bad weather, such as fog. 4. The pilot's power. When you're on land, you're hopefully bound by the laws enacted by your democratically elected officials. However, once the plane doors are shut, you're in the world of the pilot. The captain of the plane is in command, and he or she has the authority to make arrests, issue fines, and even take the will of a dying passenger. Don't get in their way. 3. The restrooms. Now let's get down to some really nefarious business. Do not drink the water in the restrooms under any circumstances. It is filthy. Sanitizing solutions are used to clean the water tank on a regular basis by the airlines. Unfortunately, the parasites that live in this tank develop resistance to the poisons and hence remain in the tank. Keep in mind that airline bathrooms can be unlocked from the outside while we're on the subject. Under the no smoking sign, there's generally a catch that can open the door in an emergency. Finally, you might question why, years after smoking was outlawed on flights, there is always an ashtray in the restroom. This is due to the fact that there are always a few wicked passengers who will sneak into the restroom to smoke. If they must, airlines prefer that passengers stub their cigarettes out in the ashtray rather than putting the butt in the trash bin, which could result in a fire. 2. When things go wrong. Flights go awry more often than people realize, according to data. They have an emergency landing around once a week at London Heathrow. However, if you're a passenger, you might not even be aware that it's happening. The cockpit and cattle class only communicate when it is absolutely necessary. Pilots are very aware of the potential for panic and hysteria among their passengers. If the worst comes and the plane has to be evacuated, they want everyone to be as calm as possible. Most pilots, on the other hand, aren't afraid of a difficult landing. It allows them to demonstrate some of their abilities. Many pilots claim their favorite airports to land at were Gibraltar, Naples, and Madeira, which are known for having the most difficult landings in Europe and generally necessitate special training before pilots can land there. So, the next time you're coming off a plane and meet a pilot, congratulate them on a successful landing. You're going to make their day. 1. Sleep. Working rules for pilots allow them to be on duty for up to 16 hours at a time. That's a significant amount of time. A lot longer than a truck driver, for example, can travel in a single sitting. As a result, it's not unusual for a pilot to take a little nap while flying. Over half of pilots fell asleep at the controls, according to a 2013 study. That's all I have to say about autopilots. Pilots, on the other hand, are required to sleep during longer flights. A relief crew will be on board to run the flight while the original crew takes a break. That concludes our list of the top 10 secrets that airlines don't want you to know. Which secrets have surprised you the most? Please let us know by leaving a comment. Please support the Could Be Anything channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you for tuning in. Looking forward to see you on your next flight.